What's up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to凸Hero X, this time with episode 13, I think it is. Good episode last week. Really awesome action sequence, especially that did stand out. But to be honest with you guys, it was only a 2 episode kind of story, but I wasn't a massive fan of the whole story of Queen, to be honest. I think it was probably the weakest of any of them yet. Although, again, to counteract that, probably had perhaps the best action sequence of any of the stories yet as well. So some positive and negative there. But yeah, looking forward to seeing what we're going to be covering today. I've got no idea really. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you guys would like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. Oh dear, that must be really annoying having your literal strength like that. You can't even get stronger going to the gym. That really sucks this universe, actually, doesn't it? You actually, I mean, these guys in the back, I doubt have got trust values, but you literally can't even get stronger by going to the gym. You have to count on other people. That's really annoying. I'd find that really annoying. I've always been one to do stuff by myself and a bit antisocial, perhaps. So yeah, we see her there. To be honest, I didn't even like recognize her. She isn't very prominent in this opening, to be honest with you. She's probably the character that stands out the least, in my opinion. I want to see a dog already, bro. So is she the girl in that suit then? Is that why I don't recognize her? There's that one shot of her actual face early on that, again, I didn't even notice till today. So that makes sense. Okay, so she's actually the girl in the suit. But Chinese animation is doing really well recently. I think it's been. I mean, it's not something like absolutely new. I don't think it's not this kind of groundbreaking thing, Chinese animation, but it's been getting. I've been hearing a lot about it recently, and it's been getting quite popular. There's that Lord of the Mystery series that people seemingly really enjoy. Came out recently as well, and I've got to say, like, the animation is kind of on par with Japanese animation for the most part, and years ahead of any kind of American animation I've seen. I recently watched the Predator Killer of Killers movie, and the animation that really was quite choppy. Kind of sucked. You got a question: why is America so far behind in terms of animation? I think it's because quite a lot of probably the best people, I do see quite a few of them have worked on like One Piece and such. Quite a few Americans and such. I think all the best talents actually kind of go to probably China and Japan to work. Maybe because it's taken a bit more seriously. I don't know. Oth girl. So as I said, she's probably the least stand out from just that initial hero lolly. Yeah, she's probably the least stand out of the heroes that you see in the opening. So I'm hoping again that kind of counterbalances. Perhaps she's got the most interesting story. The suction. That's a good idea. Bow down, boy. So it's not just the animation as well. It's like voice acting. Like American English voice acting really has not been up to par with. Oh my god, with Chinese or Japanese voice acting, in my opinion. Again, it's just taken more seriously. I don't want to have that whole dub versus sub debate, but I do find most of the time there's exceptions. Most of the time, English dub is just genuinely horrible. Oh dear. There's a blessing and a curse, isn't it? Again, I'm not a woman, so and as a man, you don't get these privileges, but there is pretty privilege as a woman, and it is for the most part a privilege. I do think you get treated very differently. Some women can go their whole lives doing nothing just because they're pretty. DJ Shindig. But helmet on. Yes. Hide your identity. There you go. But yeah. Up and down, up and down. There is a bunny. Oh no. Creepy man. Yeah. How can you be sure that this is yeah, how can you be sure that this is a hero? A creepy rabbit person. When I think of rabbits, I think of Silent Hill, the Silent Hill mascot. So I genuinely find ones that look like this a little bit creepy. But my mum used to love rabbits, so did used to have a pet rabbit. Stalker's pretty strong. Ah, she is getting pretty fucked up, isn't she? Must be hard adapting, to be honest. Like, not having full field of view and yeah, it must be pretty hard to adapt to wearing a suit like this and fighting, to be honest. How does he recognize her? Or is it because she's cute? He's like, yes, I must obey. Always being followed by weird people. So I really like this random girl's voice actress. She's done really good roles quite often recently. So perhaps there's a bit more to her. Exactly what we didn't want to happen. I think just happened twice. You gotta put some super glue on the bottom of that or something. Again, it's interesting to see her disposition of this, and it's understandable. I'd be a little bit. I think as guys, we can understand, like, not being in this. It's weird because I very much doubt we're in this situation. Me personally, I don't. Yeah, never in this situation. Yeah, I think we can understand how it would be really annoying. More so, yeah. Actually, again, you actually see most of the time women actually take advantage of this and use it to their advantage, which is smart. That's her dad. Why is her mum like 20 and her dad's like 70? It's nuts. Well, I say this guy's like 70. He's only because of his white hair. He doesn't look. I mean, he's got a few wrinkles as well, to be fair. But I used to go to school with someone that had white hair from teenager. The hair turned grey slash white. So don't judge too much, but they do look like there's a big age difference. I do like her kind of dragon cap. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Oh, oh, really? Again, I do find it quite weird how we've just like completely gotten rid of the 3D in the show. Like, again, it's not like a major issue. Oh, she actually built like a proper mech. Yeah, it's not like an issue because I actually prefer the 2D, even though the 3D it did look good. Like it was different, and I liked it for that. It was different and it looked good. Usually with 3D, it looked different and it looks kind of middling slash bad when they try it. This show done a pretty good job of it, so it's kind of sad just not see it quite as much. Again, recognise that voice actress. Yeah, that is the girl you did save. Yeah, it's. I think someone mentioned something about the fact that we only saw 3D from the perspective of like X or something, and like during those early episodes, and since then we haven't, or something along those lines. I kind of forget exactly, but again, I think it's a bit of a shame. I think this show stood out a bit more because it had those 3D segments and that really awesome transition from 3D to 2D, whereas now it's just 2D, so there's no kind of transitioning. But again, I have always preferred the 2D anyway, so it's not a big deal. You see that a lot today, don't you? A lot of people have qualifications that far outweigh their current role or current job. You know what? I'd hate to be a receptionist. Seems like almost every receptionist I speak to are always like really annoyed, or really angry or mad, and a bit condescending. So it must be quite a tough job if they always sound like that. Pam from The Office is probably like the only exception, and that's not even real, and that's fictional. Or you get all messed up and wonky. Oh, is it the guy again? Is it always the same guy? The ketchup. What, really? We're just going to vandalise this place? They're not going to be too happy with this, are they? Pretty impressive drawing, to be honest. I mean, in terms of like, it's not. Obviously, I don't want to criticize this or anything, but like, it's pretty incredible she was able to do that reverse, so it looks like it does from our view. But it's not a reverse, actually. I don't know. What is the deal with this guy? It seems like he's not actually all that bad. Don't know about you guys. Tell you what, I would not be going into work in this state. This is a terrible idea. This is a terrible idea. And it's even worse that it's a lab. Oh shit. Oh, it's the shindig guy. Oh crap. Turns people crazy. Jesus. That episode went by really quickly, didn't it? Okay, decent first episode. I do think also another issue I've been having recently is the further these stories do go along, it does seem the more at arm's length I am away from like the characters. Like I was really invested in the characters initially, like Nice, Esau, and as it's been going along, I've been getting less invested in each of the main characters. So I'm hoping that trend doesn't continue, but it has continued a little bit here today. Don't get me wrong, I like the main character, but there's just like there's not too much I can personally like relate to here or anything. So perhaps that's why it's got a little bit less relatable each time for me as well. Maybe someone else would have the opposite experience where it got more relatable over time. I also think that's probably an issue with like the because of the whole kind of episode length. Like the first one was 4 episodes, then 3, and then they've continued to kind of decline in terms of screen time as well. So hence less kind of character development and focus. But yeah, decent episode today. Like I said, not awfully relatable for me, honestly. I was never someone that, to be honest, I never really had much of an idea what I wanted to do when I grew up. I didn't want to be like a hero or anything. I definitely didn't have the issue of one getting called like cute and all that stuff and being appreciated like that, and two having an issue with it. Obviously, if you haven't got one, you're not gonna have two. So yeah, not awfully relatable or anything here. I do think this stalker guy probably has got like good intentions. Strangely, I think he's probably actually maybe looking out for that girl rather than actually stalking her. So you can understand how he might be seen as stalking her, but again, he's probably just like looking after her back or something. Obviously, this shindig guy came in at the end. Maybe that's who he's looking out for to take down or something. Not 100% sure what the deal is with him, but he looks like he's got some kind of Joker kind of laughing gas power, turning people kind of crazy or something. Which is an interesting ability to have, isn't it? And I almost feel like it probably wouldn't work on the bunny girl, whose name I don't even know. Didn't even catch her name, so yeah. Feel like it probably doesn't like work through suits or something, so that would be quite handy. But yeah, decent episode, decent setup here. Like I said, it does unfortunately continue with the vein of the stories being a little bit less interesting as it does go along for me, as we do explore more characters, and yeah, just like not nearly as invested already to her story as I was to the ones earlier on. Again, I can't really pinpoint why exactly that is, and yeah, I can't really pinpoint exactly why, but yeah, I don't know. And maybe it's just a relatable thing. But yeah, do let me know what you guys thought about this one down in the comment section. There was a nice little bit of action during the fight scene between the stalker guy and the rabbit girl. I thought was quite cool. But yeah, everything else just very samey, if you know what I'm saying. Samey to the rest of them. They want to be a hero. They do a little bit of small time, and then they get fucked up, and then turn big time, and it's like all the stories are a bit, yeah, a little bit samey. So it's, I won't say it's kind of stale per se, but it is getting like a little bit predictable. Like everything in this episode, there wasn't anything that like shook me. Like, oh my god, everything here was quite cliche, perhaps, and I don't mind cliche if it's done well, and it was done well here. But if it's done well 4 or 5 times, it does grow a little bit old. So perhaps that's also a reason why I'm getting less invested as it goes along. But yeah, again, let me know what you guys thought in the comments. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. And I'll see you guys next week with episode 14.